I'm here to talk to you guys about God of War Ragnarok, baby. I finally beat the game. Let's get it. Finally beat the game, man. So buckle in, man. This is about to be a wild one. Listen, man. God of War, top tier. Can't knock it. Nobody can knock God of War. God of War is so good, y'all. From the story element to the gameplay to the crispiness of the music, the score of the game, just the overall package. God of War is definitely top tier, man. And I need for y'all to check that out. If you have an opportunity, please check out God of War Ragnarok. But first, welcome to Marvel's Blunts. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out our end of the year wrap. Me, Pat, Torian, Coons, Lex, Alf on there playing some trivia, talking about our worst shows of the year. She-Hulk, unanimous, best Marvel shows of the year. What we looking forward to 2023. You know all the goody good stuff. So go check that out. Marvel Midnight Suns review is up. Um, Go check that out. Pap course came with the content. Keep on coming. But let's get back to God of War. Man, let me. All right, here's our 3 points we're gonna hit on: graphics, core gameplay, story. All right, graphics, graphics and sound. Some of the best. Okay, graphics out is kind of like a minor bump. I will say, not really, not really. Like oh shit, like type graphics, but like it's more like okay, like it's pretty. It's been tinkered with, but not no. We expect that, but the score, the sound, man, just everything from I'm talking about you stepping on branches to the swing of the axe, everything, man, just French kiss, French kiss to the sound. What's his name? Bear McCarthy. Good job, bravo, sir, bravo. Um. Though the sound of the game was excellent. Overall package, graphics, excellent. Uh, didn't really run into any bugs per se, especially visually. My experience was pretty smooth. Um, what else? I want to talk about. I played in immersion mode. Let me tell you, that's the way to play. I think games should incorporate, especially like AAA titles. I think they should incorporate that a lot more if they aren't already. But that immersion, like I was sitting in my, sitting in my gaming space, lights out, sound up. Like I'm just like, yo, nah, this is epic. Like this is epic. You want Organic coming across the screen, this huge ass serpent, man. Thor making his entrance, Odin making his entrance. Every time I see Mugen the bird, it's just all too much. It was just a blast. Overall presentation of Ragnarok, just color. Oh man, it's this. Excuse me. It's this scene in the game where it's like I think the area is called the Spark of Life, and man, it's just a sight. It's a sight to see, and I'm planning on a pretty great setup. I'm telling you, it's a sight. Y'all have to check that out. I'm gonna post some clips pretty soon to my page and also on my Blunt's page. So definitely stay tuned for that on Instagram. Um, but 1 second. Light us up, man, for everybody who came through the end of the year show because we definitely appreciate that, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely appreciate that. Gameplay. I was pleasantly surprised when Kratos. So we're gonna spoil a little bit. Kratos gets a new toy. I will say Kratos gets a new toy, and it's actually pretty awesome. Definitely did not expect that at all. I expected to go through the game with the same old 2 step, but I was pleasantly, like I said, pleasantly surprised. Um, Definitely the way he obtained it was just a sight to behold. I mean, like just the overall. I think see, it's so hard to explain God of War because like I feel like everybody should at least try to play, at least attempt to play it somehow. It's just that good, man. Like God of War in the beginning of the game, I mean, in the beginning of the game, I was kind of skeptical about doing it because I didn't want to spoil it. Because I was like, yo, you have to like actually sit down and play and watch this. Like this shit is epic. Like it's really epic, y'all. So, but the gameplay, I like how Atreus. But I like how all the characters like move. They got their own little nuances. Freya definitely comes into her own. I'll get into her story when we talk about story, but her move set definitely akin to Loki's. I'm sorry, Atreus. We're gonna call him Atreus. He's Atreus. Atreus is with us. He's always here. Loki can go. So, I think that uh their move sets are pretty similar and they all but still with their own nuances. I won't spoil it too much, but there's like certain points in the game where it's like they group off everybody in twos, like boom, boom, you go here, you go there, you go there. Um and depending on how you play the game, like I think all the characters are like really interesting. So, I was heavily invested, of course, obviously, but I'm like heavily invested in the characters. So, like when I see different parents and how they, bounce off each other, feed off each other, play with each other. Like for example, you and Atreus. I mean, I'm sorry. You as Atreus, you go off with Sindri on your own little mission or whatever. I won't say what y'all doing, but like Sindri has his own move set and he's fighting. And it's pretty cool. Definitely unexpected. So that's just like an example of what's in, once you get like deep into the mud of the game, and like the middle of the game. Odin. Well, I guess we could talk about this. Let's talk about let's talk about some of the characters. Odin, definitely badass, complete 180 from what y'all think you know about Odin. I definitely, if you just know about like Norse stuff, I guess based off the MCU's version of Thor and the Norse gods, you're in for a total switcheroo, buddy. No, sir, that is not like that here, man. It's more akin to the Odin of like like if you're like into like real like mythology and stuff, a lot of the stories about Odin in particular aren't like super good. It's like in the same vein as Zeus. It just depends on what myth you obtain it from or what you read or how you assess it. But basically, the Aesir, the Norse, I mean the Aesir, the gods that like Thor and Odin, they're assholes. They're jerks. Like they don't give a shit. Like Thor just wants to drink and fuck shit up. Odin be disrespecting the shit out Thor in this jump. And this guy crazy. Like the disrespect is like crazy. And I'm like, wow, this is like a total 180. So like anytime Odin and Thor's on screen or interactions, it's just oh bruh, it's just something you have to watch. So but yeah, and of course, Kratos goes through his own journey. It's great to see him get some closure with his wife or his deceased wife. It's great to see that happen. And him and Atreus have come a long way, man. I just don't want to spoil too much of the story because I feel like you know it's something you have to play. You have to, yeah, you have to experience it or play it or just watch somebody play it straight through, which I will be trying to do my best to do. I'm going to start trying to stream every day, at least once a day. But I want to play God of War just straight through story. So just I want to see how it is. So if you got time, check that out on Twitch and on YouTube. At Lil Don Mama. Basically my game attack. Go check that out. But yeah, man, just the overall story. Loki going to Asgard, finding what his purpose is. Um, just it's just it's like so many twists and turns. It's so hard to quantify. Like I'm still processing most of what I played, honestly. And it's been like 2 days. I beat it on New Year's Eve, like 3 hours before the bell, because that's where I go. I wanted to crush Midnight Suns, and I put off beating God of War until New Year. So I was super hyped about that. So I'm still processing because after I beat the game, right, y'all, and after I tell the story, I'm gonna move on to the actual story part of the game. Well, yeah, but after I beat the game, right? So boom. I'm like, damn, that's the end of it. So I'm sitting there walking down the hill and like, oh no, Ragnarok is still, the effects of Ragnarok still being shown. Basically go go around 9 rounds and pick up the pieces. So I'm like, okay, bet. And I think that that's one of my favorite parts also about the game is that they kept their promise and you were able to go to all 9 rounds in time about so Rockheim, Valheim, Anaheim, Jotunheim, um, Helheim, Vanaheim. So I said the Dwarven realm, uh, Muspelheim. Yeah, man, it's Midgard. Well, Midgard's our home if you don't know. So fun fact. But yeah. So just I was so happy about that, and like all the realms, they all unique and they're very different in their own way, and that's pretty cool too. That they took that effort to even do that. Like that's like they took the environments in this game is crazy, you guys. I'm telling you, this shit is nuts. It's nuts. It doesn't do it justice unless you're actually physically seeing it on the TV, bro. I'm not even exaggerating. And I know Elden Ring won Game of the Year. I'm not mad at it. I'm not knocking Elden Ring. Shit, all my boys play it. I played it. I'm some shit at it. I openly admit I'm some shit at it, but it's fun to watch other people play. That's one of the few games I will watch somebody else play. One of the few. 'Cause I'm not watching nobody play nothing. If personally, I'm just gonna go buy the game if I want to play it. But yeah, that's how I've always felt. But I appreciate everybody who comes on here and watches our stuff. So because if people might want to watch you play something, you might be just that good at it. But that's how I always felt personally. So that's one learn something new about me every day. But man, God of War is just so great, man. It's so great. So I can't wait for new game plus mode. And yeah, man, it was just awesome, man. Like the fights, the boss fights, just pure God of War style Santa Monica Studios, man. Just great all around. The acting, Christopher Judge. Sorry, I can't remember Atreus and Freya's voice actors. I'm so sorry, but man, y'all did a great job. Like, and I, and it's kind of crazy because this game had a lasting effect on me. Because last thing, this game had a lasting effect on me. Right? Let me tell y'all. I stopped playing God of War because Marvel's Midnight Suns came out, and I was geeked up about that. And like Midnight Suns, like that night, I had it pre-ordered, but that night I played it, and I was like, yeah, I can't put this down. I have to keep going. Like it literally overtook God of War. Even though I've been waiting for God of War forever. Y'all know if you know anything about me, I love the God of War series. So I I stopped playing it midway through, and I picked up Midnight Suns for about I had 86 hours of in-game time once I finished it, with like a maybe like an 86% trophy rate or something. I was trying to get all trophies in one. I was trying to do everything in one playthrough. So that's why it really took me so long to beat the game. There's only three fucking chapters, bruh. Three chapters. I was like, what the hell? So but that was like my only. I think that was my only big complaint about Midnight Suns. But other than that, definitely thumbs up. I'm not mad that I put down God of War like I did, but at the same time, like damn, I could have probably finished that a little faster. But yeah, God of War is still top tier. Like I immediately picked it right back up, emotion and all. Picked it right back up, just like it never left me. So um, I'm going to give God of War Ragnarok 10 out of 10 for me, baby. And I'm glad I finished my 2022 with two great games back to back. Marvel's Midnight Suns, which I scored a 9 out of 10, and then God of War Ragnarok, the great God of War Ragnarok, 10 out of 10. So with that being said, sequels. I didn't catch too much. I don't know what Kratos was looking at once he opened the. It's a scene in the game where he goes to see basically like the story of what happens next or whatever. And I don't know if something triggered, but hopefully based upon the way he was looking, maybe he goes somewhere else. I don't know where else he can go. Maybe I don't want to say Egypt or anything, but that would be crazy. But I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. That would be different too. So, uh, Egypt maybe Roman. Can he do Roman? Do Roman. I'm kind of interested to see where they go next. So yeah, God of War Ragnarok 10 out of 10. Marvelous blunts, you dig, man. It's your boy Tone. Thanks for